greatest enemy you will ever face isn't out there in the world. It waits in the mirror, watching, mocking, challenging. It knows your weaknesses intimately, whispers them when no one else can hear. This adversary is relentless, a shadow that mimics your every move, but drags its feet when you need to run. It wears your face but carries your doubts, your fears, your excuses like trophies. This battle will not be won with brute strength or borrowed wisdom. It will be won when you learn to silence the inner voice that begs for mercy. In this war, you are both the warrior and the battlefield. Strength is a choice, not a gift. And no choice is harder than facing yourself with unflinching honesty. The mirror doesn't lie, but it does distort. It shows you what you fear most, magnifies your flaws until they seem insurmountable. But here lies the paradox. The mirror cannot win if you refuse to flinch. Every scar you see, every crack in your armor, is proof that you have survived more than your enemy ever could. That reflection will tell you to stop, to rest, to settle. Deny it. Keep moving. Break the glass if you must, but never the resolve. Weakness hides in comfort, cloaked in the soft glow of excuses. You have a choice. Let comfort cradle you like a coffin or tear through its deceptive warmth with claws sharpened by discipline. The war against yourself is not fought in grand arenas, but in the mundane moments. It is the alarm ignored, the workout skipped, the opportunity avoided. The self that thrives on comfort is a traitor to the empire you wish to build. Kill it. Strip it of its power. The version of you that wins will never know the taste of easy victories. Fear is the weapon your reflection wields with precision. It knows where to strike, when to sow doubt, when to paralyze. But fear only thrives in the absence of movement. Take a step forward even when every fiber of your being screams to retreat. Fear shrinks when faced, it cowers when confronted. Let it tremble before the force of your resolve. Your reflection can taunt, but it cannot act. Every time you move, every time you push through, you rob it of its greatest weapon. Fear is a ghost. It only exists if you give it life. Control is the battlefield, and mastery over yourself is the ultimate victory. The world does not yield to those who cannot govern their impulses. Your reflection will tempt you to indulge, to take the easy path, to chase fleeting pleasures. Resist. The empire you seek to build is forged in the fires of discipline. Let the reflection grow weaker with every act of defiance. Each small victory, a missed indulgence, a disciplined habit, becomes a brick in the fortress of your will. The more you control yourself, the less power your reflection has. Dominate your impulses or they will dominate you. The war against yourself is not fair, and fairness is a lie told to the weak. Your reflection knows your past mistakes, your darkest thoughts, your deepest regrets. It will use them against you, turn them into chains that bind you, break them. Your mistakes do not define you unless you allow them to. Let every failure become a lesson, every regret a stepping stone. To fight yourself is to accept that perfection is an illusion, but progress is the enemy of the reflection. With every inch you gain, its power diminishes. Victory is not loud. It does not arrive with cheers or applause. It is quiet. A slow burn that consumes the old you until nothing remains but ash. The reflection will beg for compromise, for a truce. It will ask you to celebrate prematurely, to mistake a small win for the war itself. Deny it. True victory is in the transformation, in the unrecognizable force you become. The reflection thrives on familiarity. Change so completely that it no longer recognizes you. Let your growth be its death knell. Humor is a strange ally in this war, a weapon the reflection cannot wield. Laugh at your own weaknesses, mock the voice that tells you to quit. Humor disarms fear, disrupts doubt. The reflection relies on your seriousness, on the weight you give its words. Lighten the load. Laugh when you stumble. It robs the fall of its power. The reflection hates being mocked because it thrives on control. Strip it of its dignity and it crumbles like a castle built on sand. The battle is yours to win when you learn to wield wit as a blade. Pain is the currency of progress. The reflection fears it, avoids it, pleads with you to stop when the burn becomes too much. But pain is also the forge where strength is born. Every rep, every late night, every sacrifice adds to your arsenal. The self that cannot endure pain cannot survive the war. Let the reflection weep as you rise again and again. Pain is temporary, but the empire you are building will stand long after its echoes fade. Build through the pain. Let it refine you, not define you. Failure is not the abyss most believe it to be. It is a forge, a relentless, unforgiving fire that burns away the frailty of untested ambition. Each failure sharpens the edges, tempers the steel, and exposes the weaknesses that would otherwise remain hidden until it was too late. Success is a creature born of resilience, and resilience cannot exist without the bruises and scars earned in failure's grasp. Do not flinch when failure greets you. Greet it in return with a smirk that says, "Try harder." It wants to break you, but in its attempt, it teaches you how to become unbreakable. Discouragement lurks like a parasite, feeding on those who mistake one loss for a lifetime of defeat. But here's the trick. Discouragement thrives only when it is acknowledged. Ignore it. Laugh at its audacity. Let its whispers of inadequacy become background noise, a static hum that neither deters nor distracts. Discouragement does not end you. It tests you. The strongest conquerors are not those who never falter, but those who rise from their falls with a vengeance. Each failure is an ally in disguise, sharpening your claws for the battles yet to come. Success built without failure is a hollow structure, weak and vulnerable to the first storm it faces. Failure lays the foundation for something indestructible. Every wrong turn, every missed opportunity, every agonizing misstep is a blueprint for the future. To fear failure is to fear the very process that crafts greatness. Let it hurt, let it sting, but do not let it linger. Use failure as the raw material for your empire. Failure provides clarity, and clarity breeds power. Only the ignorant resent their losses. The wise mine them for gold. Humor is a cruel but effective teacher when it comes to failure. Find the absurdity in your mistakes. Laugh at the missed shots, the wrong moves, the disastrous decisions. Mock failure's attempt to humble you. Humor robs failure of its final weapon, your pride. When pride dissolves into wit, failure becomes a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. There is no shame in failing, only in refusing to learn. Laugh, adjust, and move forward. Each failure becomes less a scar and more a badge of honor. Pain is the cost of admission to the kingdom of success. Those who seek to avoid it, who hide from the discomfort of failure, will never taste the satisfaction of conquest. Pain sharpens focus, turns chaos into clarity, and strengthens resolve. Welcome it. Let it teach you. Pain is a teacher that demands your attention but rewards your diligence. Every painful setback is a reminder that you are alive, that you are striving, that you are growing. Let others fear it. Let it fuel you. To build from failure is to learn the art of persistence. Success does not yield to the swift or the strong. It yields to the stubborn. Failure will knock on your door, but persistence ensures it never overstays its welcome. Do not rage against failure, wear it down. Meet it every time it appears, and greet it with unwavering determination. Persistence is the hammer that turns failure into stepping stones, the relentless force that makes defeat temporary and triumph inevitable. Greatness often hides behind walls built from failures. Break them down, brick by painful brick. Each wall is a challenge, each challenge a chance to rise. Failure is not your enemy, it is your rival, and a rival is a gift. It forces you to adapt, to innovate, to overcome. Without failure, there would be no evolution. Thank it for its role in your ascent, and then crush it beneath the weight of your unstoppable will. Success tastes sweeter when it's earned through adversity. Those who stumble into fortune never understand its value, and thus they lose it as easily as they gained it. But those who crawl, fight, and bleed their way to success know its worth. Failure builds hunger, and hunger is what separates the conqueror from the conquered. Let failure leave you famished, and let that hunger drive you to feast on the spoils of your eventual victory. Discouragement has a habit of masquerading as wisdom, whispering that perhaps the path is too difficult, the dream too lofty. Silence it with action. Let your efforts drown out its lies. There is no wisdom in giving up, no insight in surrender. Every effort, no matter how futile it seems, is a blow against the chains of mediocrity. Discouragement thrives in the shadows of inaction, but action blinds it, leaving it powerless to stop your rise. The war between failure and success is not fought on grand stages, but in the quiet moments. When the world doubts you, when the voice inside your head grows loud, these moments define you. Will you let failure dictate your story, or will you use it as the ink to write your own? Success is not the absence of failure, it is the mastery of it. Build from the rubble of your defeats. Each stone, each scar, each lesson contributes to an empire that will stand long after doubt and discouragement have crumbled.